Wait, haven't we done this already? No, you haven't. But your brain just swore you had. This glitch has a name. Oh, and there's a related one too. Weirder. Deja vecu. Already lived, same idea, just way more intense. The whole moment feels like a full replay. Not just one object, the whole scene. There's also the opposite, jamais vu. Something totally familiar suddenly feels wrong, foreign, like staring at a word you've written a million times and suddenly, nope, doesn't look real. Deja vu, French for already seen. Almost everyone gets it. 70% of people actually. Gone in a few seconds. But while it lasts, weirdly intense. So what is actually going on up there? Brainy has some explaining to do. Okay, so here's the setup. Same broken handoff, just running backwards. Scientists have actually recreated deja vu on purpose, in a lab. They used hypnosis and staged the whole scene. Show a scene, hide part of it, show it again. Volunteers got genuine deja vu, real reaction, even though scientists literally caused it on purpose. That basically confirmed the whole theory. Huge win for figuring this thing out. Tired brain? Way more deja vu. Because your fact checker gets slow. Your brain runs two separate recognition systems. System 1, familiarity, fast, doesn't ask questions. System 2, recollection, slow, double checks everything. Normally, perfect teamwork. Familiarity flags it. Recollection confirms it. Done. You never even notice the handoff. But every once in a while, they trip over each other. Familiarity jumps the gun. Before recollections even finish checking, that messy little handoff, that's deja vu. Giving familiarity way more room to mess up. Traveling somewhere new? Also a trigger. More new patterns means more chances for a mismatch. Stress does it too. Overloaded brain? More misfires. Simple as that. So next time it happens, you'll know exactly what just went down. Two systems, tiny mismatch, quick fix. That's genuinely it. That's the whole spooky mystery. Not spooky at all, actually. Just biology being clever. Some people say specific smells trigger it too. Makes sense. Smell has a direct line to memory. There's one exact spot in the brain to blame, the parahippocampal cortex. Its whole job? Yell, I know this, as fast as possible. Sometimes it yells before anyone actually checked. Brain scans caught it doing exactly this. Live. Meanwhile, the hippocampus is over here going, nope, nothing. So now you've got a contradiction. This feels so familiar. I have zero memory of it. That clash right there, that's the eerie part. Skips the usual filters completely. Music does it too, sometimes. A melody feels familiar before you even place it. Here's a theory some researchers actually like. Maybe it's your memory system double-checking itself. On purpose, like a built-in error detector. Not a bug, maybe even a feature. Still being tested though, actively. Some labs use VR now to study it. Two nearly identical rooms, tiny differences, precise control, precise measurement, catching brain activity at the exact moment it fires. Okay, second theory. Stick with me. The double glance theory. You glance at something. Split second. Barely register it. Basically subconscious. Then you look away, then back. This time you're actually paying attention. But your brain already has a faint trace from glance 1. So glance 2 feels familiar. Because, okay, technically it kind of is. This kind of tech didn't even exist 20 years ago. Deja vu went from spooky folklore to actual measurable science. For centuries, people had wild theories about it. Parallel universes, past lives, glimpses of the future, dramatic, romantic. Also, completely wrong. Real answer? Simpler. Still fascinating though. Somehow. A tiny timing error in a system built to protect you. Your memory system's whole job is keeping you safe. Danger, safety, instantly sorted. That speed comes with a tiny price sometimes. A false alarm here and there. You did see it before, half a second before. Now here's the clue that actually cracked this whole thing open. People with a certain kind of epilepsy get slammed with deja vu. Temporal lobe epilepsy specifically. Right before a seizure, massive deja vu wave. Doctors traced it to a tiny electrical misfire. Same exact region as your everyday deja vu. Honestly, worth it for a system that nails it 99% of the time. So next time it hits you out of nowhere, don't panic. Just smile at it honestly. Your brain just caught itself thinking out loud, which is kind of amazing, if you ask me. Weirdly, it can happen while you're dreaming too, a dream inside a deja vu. Or the other way around. Same glitchy systems either way. Kids barely get deja vu at all, by the way. Their memory system's still under construction. Most kids don't get it until around age 6, so regular deja vu might just be a tiny, harmless version of that. A little electrical hiccup. That's it. Tired, stressed, more likely to happen. Dopamine's mixed up in this too. Now for the part that actually surprised me. Deja vu means your brain is working correctly, not broken, not glitching in a bad way. Right when memory systems finish maturing. Another point for the mismatch theory. Some meds crank up deja vu frequency too, especially ones that mess with dopamine. Another strong clue pointing at the chemical side. Anxiety's linked to it too, apparently. An overactive brain checking and rechecking constantly might just misfire more as a side effect. None of this makes it dangerous, to be clear. For most people, it's completely harmless. Just a curious little glitch, that's all. Doctors only worry if it happens a lot. Here's why. Your frontal lobe is basically the fact checker on staff. It catches the false alarm and stamps corrected on it instantly. That's why the feeling vanishes in seconds, like multiple times a day. That pattern might be worth a checkup. But for basically everyone watching this, just one of the coolest quirks of being human. Proof your brain's always working, even when you're not. In moments you'd never even think to notice. Checking, verifying, correcting, all before you even finish one single thought. That's kind of the real magic trick here, honestly. Not that deja vu happens, it's that it happens so rarely. Given how much your brain's actually processing every second. Your brain caught its own mistake in real time. Oh, and it gets rarer as you get older. Peaks hard in your teens and 20s. Probably because your memory system's running at full speed then. Okay, let's zoom out. Millions of signals, non-stop checking, a couple false alarms. Honestly, that's impressive accuracy. So the next deja vu moment you get, try to actually just enjoy it. It's your brain showing you its own inner workings for a few strange kind of wonderful seconds. And then, just like that, it's gone again. Until next time, fun fact, the term deja vu is over 140 years old. A French researcher coined it back in 1876. Took over a century to actually test it properly though. Brain scanners just didn't exist yet. Two systems, usually perfectly in sync. Once in a while, a tiny slip. A false familiarity signal fires too early. Memory comes up empty. For one weird second, reality feels doubled. Modern scanners finally let us watch it happen. Live, catching the exact millisecond it misfires. That kind of precision was pure sci-fi a century ago. Now it's basically a Tuesday in a neuroscience lab. This whole thing connects to bigger memory science too. Same two systems fire every time you recognize anything. Recognizing a friend's face, finding your car in a packed lot. Same two systems, working perfectly. You just never notice, because it works. Deja vu is just the rare moment it doesn't. Then the fact checker steps in, and just like that, gone. Not magic, not a past life, just a tiny, harmless glitch. Proof your brain double-checks its own work every single day, without you asking it to. And honestly, that rare glimpse is kind of fascinating. It shows you a part of your mind you never normally see, the invisible machinery behind every single memory. Working right now, quietly, as we speak. Yeah, even as you're watching the sentence. Weird to think about, right? Your brain's running this whole show, constantly. And every so often, it slips up in the most human way possible. That's what deja vu really is. A tiny, beautiful glitch. That happens to all of us.